Welcome to Midnight Murmurs. Are you ready to embark on a legendary journey to retrieve the Golden Fleece? Join us as we explore the thrilling tale of Jason and the Argonauts, full of adventure, magic, and betrayal. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date with our latest bedtime stories and mythological adventures. When the sun rose above the city of Colchis, Jason glanced out over the sea, knowing that his fate was bound to the seas before him. His uncle Perilous had taken the throne and had made it plain that the only way for Jason to restore his inheritance was to fetch the Golden Fleece from a faraway continent. Eager to fulfill his destiny, Jason began recruiting a company of the finest heroes of Greece. Among them were the powerful Hercules, the brilliant musician Orpheus, and the courageous warrior Atalanta. Together, they boarded the ship Argo, named for its creator, and set sail towards the unknown. Their path was not an easy one. The waves were hazardous, and the winds regularly blew against them. Throughout the trip, the Argonauts encountered numerous hardships, battling fearsome creatures and navigating across tight straits. They encountered the enormous bronze man Talos, who guarded the island of Crete and just avoided the clutches of the dreadful harpies. Notwithstanding these hurdles, Jason and his crew continued on, propelled by their courage and commitment. They found supporters in unexpected places, like as the blind seer Phineas, who provided them critical information on how to negotiate the hazardous simple gates, the clashing rocks that guarded the entrance to the Black Sea. As they sailed towards their objective, the Argonauts drew closer, forming relationships of friendship and trust that would take them through the harshest of hardships. And with every passing day, the Golden Fleece crept ever closer, a symbol of hope and atonement for Jason and his crew. So they went on, risking the hazards of the water and the horrors that lied ahead. Even though their voyage was far from complete, the Argonauts recognized that they had already achieved something great simply by beginning out on this epic expedition. Their narrative would be remembered for decades to come, a tribute to the force of bravery and the strength of the human spirit. Take a deep breath and let the peaceful sound of the waves settle your thoughts. Join us on the second part of this fabled journey as we explore the difficulties and tribulations of the Argonauts on their search for the Golden Fleece. When the Argo reached the country of Colchis, the anxiety on board was tangible. The Argonauts knew that the Golden Fleece was housed there, but they also understood that the voyage ahead would not be easy. King Eets, the king of Colchis, was a powerful and fearsome opponent, and he was not going to give up the fleece without a struggle. At their arrival, King Eets hailed the Argonauts and quickly challenged Jason to fulfill a series of arduous trials in order to earn the fleece. The first job was to plow a field using fire-breathing oxen, a feat that looked unachievable. Yet Jason was undaunted, and with the assistance of the sorceress Medea, he was able to achieve this seemingly impossible mission. Afterwards, King Eets stipulated that Jason must fight a fearsome dragon that guarded the fleece. The dragon was gigantic, with scales as hard as steel and fangs as sharp as daggers. Yet once again, with the assistance of Medea's sorcery, Jason was able to slay the beast and obtain the coveted Golden Fleece. When Jason and the Argonauts sailed away with their prize, the country of Colchis grew less and smaller on the horizon. They had experienced many hurdles along the way, but their tenacity and courage had carried them through. The sound of the waves lapping against the hull of the Argo was a calming reminder of the challenges they had conquered, and the tranquility of the wide sea was a balm for their tired souls. Therefore, when the Argonauts proceeded on their trip, they knew that they would encounter more problems in the future, but they also knew that they had the fortitude and desire to conquer them. And for now, they could rest and enjoy the calming sounds of the water, knowing that they had done something truly extraordinary. As the Argonauts set sail from Colchis with the coveted Golden Fleece, Medea, the daughter of King Aetes, fell hopelessly in love with Jason. She took the unfortunate decision to betray her own family, especially her father, who was incensed by the theft of the Golden Fleece. As King Aetes set off in search of the Argo, Medea took matters into her own hands. In an act of desperation, she killed her own brother, dismembered his body, and dispersed the pieces over the water to stall her father's pursuit. The treachery was complete, and the repercussions of her actions would be deadly. With the Golden Fleece acquired, Jason and Medea set sail for their country, their hearts full with pleasure and optimism. Sadly, their bliss was short-lived. Medea's actions had launched a horrible sequence of events, and the retribution would soon occur. The gods were angered at Medea's conduct, and they exacted a dreadful retribution. Jason was compelled to depart Medea and their children, and he was left alone and distraught. Medea, overcome by grief and hatred, took revenge on Jason by killing their children and escaping into exile. The legend of Jason and the Argonauts is a cautionary tale about the risks of treachery and the high price of retribution. As we drift off into slumber, let us remember that our actions have repercussions, and the decisions we make may alter our life in unforeseen ways. Let us learn from Medea's errors and endeavor to be better, kinder, and more empathetic to people around us. As we near the end of our narrative, we are reminded of the tremendous themes that have captivated audiences for millennia. The hunt for the Golden Fleece is a narrative that relates to the human condition, our yearning for fame and acclaim, and the often tragic repercussions of our deeds. At its heart, this narrative is about determination in the face of apparently insurmountable circumstances. The heroes of the Argo, led by the brave Jason, encountered various hardships on their expedition, from battling monsters to navigating perilous waters. Yet with their bravery and intelligence, they were able to overcome these difficulties and achieve their goal. Nevertheless, as we saw in the novel, the desire of glory may also lead to tragedy and loss. The treachery of Medea, while eventually effective in helping Jason win the fleece, led to a terrible series of events that brought anguish and heartache to all concerned. Despite its darker elements, the hunt for the Golden Fleece is a timeless tale that continues to fascinate our imaginations. From the bravery of the Argonauts to the magnificent splendor of ancient Greece, this narrative has something to offer everyone who hears it. So as we draw our narrative to a close, let us remember the lessons it has to give. Let us endeavor to be determined and fearless in the face of hardship, while also appreciating the significance of empathy, loyalty, and love. And let us never forget the power of a good narrative to transport us to far-off locations, to inspire us, and to help us find serenity and relaxation in the middle of our hectic lives. Thank you for joining us on this voyage, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Midnight Murmurs for more tranquil bedtime stories and relaxing mythical adventures.